Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. If you don't fight for your dream, who will? You see, everyone has a dream when they're young. Big dreams, bold dreams, dreams that make your heart race. But as we grow, life starts to whisper doubts into our ears. Friends say, be realistic. Family says, play it safe. Society says, don't stand out. And slowly people give up. But I want you to remember this. Your dream is yours and yours alone. Nobody was given your vision. Nobody feels it the way you do. So stop waiting for support, for approval, or for someone to push you. Start fighting. You will be rejected. You will fail. People will laugh. They will doubt you, call you crazy, say you're wasting your time. That's okay, because they don't need to understand. It's not their dream every morning you wake up and choose not to fight your dream. Dies a little every time you choose fear over action, you move further away from it. But when you fight, when you work while others sleep, when you keep going after failing 10 times, when you bet on yourself, that's when the dream starts to come alive. Discipline, not motivation, is your weapon. Motivation is easy when you're inspired, but discipline shows up even when you're tired. Sacrifice your comfort, but never sacrifice your dream. It won't be easy. It's not supposed to be, but nothing meaningful ever is. Remember, the world doesn't owe you success. No one will hand you your dream. You have to earn it, bleed for it, work for it. So fight, even if you're alone, even if it's hard, even if no one believes in you yet. Because someday you'll look back and thank yourself for not giving up. Fight for your dream because nobody else will. When we talk about dreams, everyone has one. Some dream of starting a business. Some want to change the world. Some want to give their family a better life. These dreams are powerful and they are personal. But there's one truth that most people don't like to hear. Your dream is your responsibility. No one owes you anything. Not your parents, not your friends, not your school, not your government, not even the world. People may support you, they may cheer for you, but at the end of the day, it's not their job to make your dream come true. It's yours. Many people fail because they wait. They wait for someone to come along and show them the way. They wait for the right moment, the right opportunity, the perfect conditions. But dreams don't wait. Life doesn't wait. The longer you wait, the colder your dream becomes. And soon it disappears. Let's be honest, chasing a dream is hard. You will meet resistance. You will face rejection. There will be nights when you question everything. People around you will doubt you. They will tell you it's impossible. And sometimes even you will start to believe them. But that's when you must remind yourself, this is your dream. And if you don't fight for it, no one else will. The world is not designed to make dreamers succeed easily. Most systems are built to keep things the same. Your dream is a disruption. It's a rebellion. It's a challenge to the ordinary. That's why you will face pressure to give it up. People won't always be against you, but they won't carry the weight for you either. When you understand that your dream is your responsibility, your mindset changes. You stop blaming others. You stop waiting for permission. You stop looking for someone to hold your hand. Instead, you start taking ownership. You learn what you don't know. You show up when it's uncomfortable. You do the work nobody sees. You become the reason your dream moves forward. Responsibility means that if you fail, you don't make excuses. You don't say, my teacher didn't teach me, or my boss didn't believe in me, or my parents didn't support me. You take it on your shoulders and say, it's still mine to build. That's the kind of mindset that separates the dreamers from the doors. It doesn't matter how big or small your dream is, whether it's starting your own company, becoming financially free, writing a book, traveling the world, or simply creating a better life for your family. The rule is the same. No one will care about your dream as much as you do. That's why the responsibility can't be given away. You must carry it. And let me tell you something, you are capable of carrying it. The reason the dream was planted in your heart, and not someone else's, is because you are the one meant to fulfill it. You may not know how yet. You may not have the resources yet. You may not feel ready, but readiness is not a requirement. Responsibility is. You have to get up every day and take one more step, learn one more thing, try one more time, adjust your plans, rebuild your confidence, stand again after falling. You're not always going to feel inspired. That's not your job. Your job is to stay responsible even on the days you don't feel like it. Especially on those days, responsibility is not a burden. It's a privilege. It means you have control. You don't need to wait for someone to choose you. You can choose yourself. And once you do that, your dream stops being a fantasy and starts becoming a mission. Responsibility turns your dream into something real, something worth fighting for, something that begins to shape who you become. Doubt is part of the journey. The moment you decide to pursue something greater than yourself, something that doesn't follow the path everyone else is walking, you will trigger doubt, not just from strangers, but often from the people closest to you, friends, family, teachers, even coworkers will question what you're doing. They'll ask why you're wasting your time, why you're trying to be different, why you can't just settle for what's safe. This is normal, and it's okay. You have to understand something important. Most people see the world based on their own limitations, not yours. When they tell you it can't be done, it's because they don't believe they can do it. They project their fears, their failures, their regrets onto you. It's not always malicious. Sometimes they truly care about you and don't want to see you get hurt. But in trying to protect you from risk, they also try to protect you from growth. People will doubt your dream because they can't feel what you feel. They don't see your vision. When they close their eyes, they haven't had the same moments of clarity, the same gut feelings, the same burning passion that wakes you up at 3 o'clock a.m. with an idea. They don't see it, and so they doubt. And let them doubt is not the enemy. It's a sign you're doing something worth noticing. Nobody doubts someone doing nothing. Nobody criticizes the average. If people are talking, if they're questioning, if they're telling you it's impossible, that means you're challenging the limits they've accepted, and that's a powerful thing. But here's where many people make the mistake. They start trying to convince others. They waste energy trying to make people believe in the dream. They explain, argue, defend, and seek approval. That's not your job. You don't need their belief to make progress. You need your belief. That's it. You are not required to shrink your dream to make others comfortable. You don't need to slow down just because someone else is afraid to move. You don't need to carry their fears with you. Your journey is not a democracy. It doesn't need a vote. Your vision doesn't need validation. At some point, you'll realize the doubts of others are not really about you. They're about them, about their own stories, their own disappointments, their own unresolved potential. You might even become the mirror that reflects what they could have been if they hadn't given up. And sometimes people don't like what they see in that mirror. Sometimes people don't like what they see in that mirror. That's not your fault. That's theirs, apparently. Inconsistency and fullness of truth, there's a ripple effect. There's an effect of a fission. There's an effect, detox. There's an effect. There's an effect, declutter. There's an effect, build systems. There's an effect, delay. There's an effect, delay. There'll be moments when the doubt hurts, especially when it comes from people you love. You'll want them to understand, you'll want them to believe in you, but sometimes they won't. And that has to be okay. Your strength can't depend on their support. Your confidence can't rely on their applause. Your fire has to come from within. The truth is, many of the people who doubted you will change their minds later, after you start getting results, after the progress becomes visible, after the world begins to notice, then suddenly they'll say, they always knew you could do it. That's how it works. Belief often comes late, and that's fine. But don't build your foundation on delayed belief. Build it on discipline, persistence, and the willingness to be misunderstood for a while. Be so focused on your craft, your growth, your mission, that the noise of doubt becomes background static. They may not see your worth yet. They may not understand your choices. They may roll their eyes, shake their heads, even laugh. Let them keep moving, keep building, keep proving it not to them, but to yourself. Because once your belief becomes unshakable, the doubt loses all power over you. Motivation feels good, it's exciting, it's powerful, and it can light a fire inside you like nothing else. But motivation is also temporary. It comes and goes like the weather. One day you feel like you can conquer the world, and the next day you don't even feel like getting out of bed. That's where most people stop. They wait for motivation to come back before they move again. But the ones who win, the ones who succeed, they don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. Discipline is not flashy, it's not loud, It doesn't make your heart race or give you goosebumps. It's quiet, it's consistent, and that's why it works. Discipline doesn't ask you how you feel. It doesn't wait until the conditions are perfect. It shows up every single day, no matter what. It's the difference between wanting success and preparing for it. When people start chasing a dream, they often begin with motivation. Maybe they heard a powerful speech, read a great book, or watched someone else win big. That initial excitement can get you started, but it won't carry you through. Eventually, the obstacles will come. You'll be tired, you'll face failure, you'll be tempted to take shortcuts. That's when motivation fades and discipline steps in. Discipline is the habit of doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like doing it. It's waking up early when your body wants to sleep. It's working on your craft when nobody's watching. It's sticking to your plan when distractions try to pull you away. Discipline is boring sometimes, but success is hidden inside that boredom. People often say, I'm not motivated today, but that's the wrong mindset. You don't need to feel motivated to act. You need to act regardless of how you feel. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Confidence keeps you going. That cycle begins with discipline, not motivation. There are countless days when successful people didn't want to do the work, but they did it anyway, not because they felt like it, but because they had trained themselves to follow through. That's what separates a dreamer from a doer. Anyone can work when they're inspired, but those who succeed are the ones who work when they're uninspired, tired, frustrated, and even scared. Discipline also builds trust with yourself. Every time you show up, even when it's hard, you prove to yourself that you are dependable. That self-trust becomes a superpower, because when you know you'll follow through no matter what, doubt loses its grip on you. You stop hesitating, you stop overthinking, you simply do the work. Motivation is a great spark, but discipline is the engine. You can't drive a long journey with just a spark. You need something that keeps running mile after mile, hour after hour. That's what discipline is. It carries you through the slow seasons, through the setbacks, through the times when no one claps for you, when no one believes in you, when nothing seems to be working. Discipline doesn't need applause. It doesn't need attention. It just needs commitment. Training yourself to be disciplined isn't easy, but it's simple. Set the schedule and stick to it. Make small promises and keep them. Don't negotiate with your excuses. Focus on the action, not the emotion. Even 5 minutes of consistent action is better than hours of daydreaming fueled by motivation that fades as quickly as it came. Discipline might not look exciting on the outside. It's not about hype or big speeches. It's about doing the same small things over and over until the results become impossible to ignore. It's the quiet voice that says, keep going. Long after motivation has gone silent, every dream demands a price, and more often than not, that price is your comfort. Too many people want success, but they also want to stay comfortable. They want the rewards without the struggle, the results without the routine, the spotlight without the silent, lonely grind. But the truth is simple. You can't have both. If your dream matters, comfort must be the first thing to go. Comfort feels safe, it's predictable, it's easy. But nothing extraordinary grows in easy conditions. Comfort keeps you stagnant. It convinces you to hit snooze, to delay, to settle. It tells you that tomorrow is a better day to start. It whispers lies that make you feel good now while quietly stealing your future. And most people listen. That's why most people never get what they truly want. The dream you're chasing lives on the other side of discomfort. It lives in the early mornings, in the late nights, in the long hours when nobody is watching. It lives in the days when you're tired, frustrated, confused, and you still show up. That's what builds the foundation for something great, not the moments when everything feels good, but the ones when everything feels hard. And you keep going anyway. People say they don't have time, but the truth is, they don't have the willingness to let go of comfort. They won't give up their weekends, their entertainment, their scrolling habits, their fear of discomfort. But dreams ask for something in return. They ask you to trade now for later, to give up what feels good in the moment for what will change your life in the long run. There is no version of success that doesn't involve sacrifice. And usually the first thing to go is your comfort zone. That means learning things you don't want to learn. That means doing work that isn't fun all the time. That means staying focused when everyone else is distracted. That means putting yourself in situations where you feel exposed, stretched, and tested. That's where you grow. That's where the dream starts to take form. Comfort is where dreams go to die slowly. Every time you choose it over progress, you're pushing your goal further away. Every time you say, just this once, just one more hour, just one more day, you are training your mind to delay what matters. And over time, those small delays turn into years of regret. The pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of comfort is permanent. You'll have to say no to things you enjoy. You'll miss events. You'll lose friends who don't understand your obsession. You'll skip out on easy fun because you're building something that takes everything from you. And that's okay. Not everyone is meant to walk with you on this path. Not everyone will get it, but the people who truly succeed, they know how to delay pleasure. They know how to choose purpose over comfort. And the truth is, the deeper you go into the discomfort, the more clarity you find, you begin to realize that the dream was never about ease. It was about growth. It was about transformation. You begin to feel proud, not just of the results, but of the strength you've built along the way. And that strength becomes your new comfort, not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. You won't feel ready. You won't always feel brave, but the decision is still yours. Comfort or dream. One protects your current self. The other shapes your future self. One gives you momentary relief. The other gives you lasting pride. One keeps you still. The other pushes you forward. You can always go back to comfort later, but if you give up the dream now, you may never know who you could have become in today's world. Everyone wants things. Fast money, fast success, fast results, but dreams don't follow that timeline. Real dreams, the kind that transform your life, that build legacy, that change your identity, take time. They take effort, consistency, failure, rebuilding, and patience. And most importantly, they take the courage to keep going long after the excitement wears off. Too many people start strong, they get an idea, they feel inspired, and they begin the journey full of energy. But when it doesn't work in a week, a month, or even a year, they begin to question. They start thinking maybe it wasn't meant to be. Maybe they weren't good enough. Maybe it's better to go back to what's safe. But the truth is, they just didn't wait long enough. They quit before the dream had time to grow. Success doesn't show up when you plant the seed. It shows up after you water it every day, even when nothing seems to be happening. That part, the invisible growth, is where most people give up. They think because there's no result yet, there's no progress. But underneath the surface, the roots are forming, the foundation is being built, your skills are sharpening, your mindset is evolving. That's the real work, and it doesn't look glamorous. People don't fail because they lack talent, they fail because they lack patience. They expect results too soon. They compare themselves to others who have already been grinding for 5 or 10 years. They scroll through social media, see someone else's success, and think, why not me? But what they don't see is the struggle behind that success, the sleepless nights, the years of rejection, the relentless effort that nobody clapped for. The dream takes time because it's not just about achieving something, it's about becoming someone. It's about the person you grow into through the process, someone who can handle the responsibility, the pressure, the discipline, the vision. That kind of transformation can't happen overnight. It's earned, one step at a time. There will be times when nothing makes sense. You'll work hard and see no reward. You'll feel like everything is moving in slow motion, but if you stop, you'll never know how close you were. Some of the greatest breakthroughs happen right after people quit. Not because the goal suddenly became easier, but because they had already done 90% of the work. They just didn't realize it. Every dream has its season. Some seasons are for planting, some for waiting, and some for harvesting. You can't rush the order. If you quit in the season of waiting, you'll never reach the season of reward. And here's the secret. The longer it takes, the more valuable it becomes. What comes quickly usually goes quickly. What takes time lasts longer because it's built with intention and effort. The journey will test you. It will ask you to believe even when nothing is working. It will ask you to keep moving when the road ahead is dark. And it will ask you to be patient, not passive, but patient. There's a difference. Patience means showing up daily, doing the work, trusting the process even when you don't feel the payoff yet. When things get tough, your mind will try to convince you it's not worth it. That maybe this dream is taking too long. That maybe it's just not for you. But that's not the truth. That's fear. Fear hates waiting. Fear wants comfort. But growth demands time. Mastery demands time. The dream itself demands time. The only way to reach it is to outlast the voice that tells you to quit. The only way to truly fail is to stop before the story is finished in conclusion. Your dream is not a random thought, it's a responsibility, a calling, and a vision that only you can bring to life. Along the journey, people will doubt you. They won't understand your passion, your risks, or your decisions, and that's perfectly okay. Their belief is not required. But your consistency as motivation may start your engine, but it's discipline that will carry you through the dark days. It's the quiet work, the daily grind, the countless sacrifices that no one sees that ultimately create results. Everyone talks about you'll be asked to choose between comfort and progress, between safety and growth. If you want something you've never had, you'll need to do things you've never done, and it often means sacrificing comfort, but never the dream. And most importantly, you must understand that dreams don't happen overnight. They take time, struggles, setbacks, and unshakable patience. No one is coming to save you. No one will do the work for you, and no one will fight as hard for your dream as you will. So take ownership. Embrace the hard road, because if you don't fight for your dream, the world will never see what you were capable of creating.